We all go through life facing our own specific challenges, but few people know what it is like to overcome adversity like Yorktown's Jerry Flowers. At 77 years old, he recently wrote a novel using only a pencil and his mouth. Philip Townsend shows us why being a quadriplegic was never going to stop Jerry from living a full life.
Chapter 2.
Inside this brick townhouse in Yorktown,
Jedediah Jacobs made a conscious attempt to ignore the bombshell dropped by his patient.
From the mind of Jerry Flowers,
I like to look at characters. I like to put faces with personalities.
a hero is born.
When I wrote the book, I was thinking of Sam Elliott.
Like any good writer, Jerry likes to visualize things before he puts them on paper. Shadow Trails is his take on a country western, a tale of redemption for the main character shortly after the Civil War. It's a complex 540-page novel.
People said to me that, oh, you must really be smart. No, I'm not really smart. I just work hard.
By most people's standards, that's a wild understatement.
Area up there. If I'm going to do it, I have to do it slow.
Because Jerry wrote the entire book, all 540 pages,
Make a lot of mistakes.
with just his mouth.
If I get 5 pages a day, that's good. Real good.
Jerry has been a quadriplegic his entire life.
I am used to that. But it's a long trip.
A trip that began with a polio diagnosis at age 6. The challenges that followed are hard to imagine. Jerry not only dealing with the limited use of his arms and legs, but a society at the time that wasn't always accepting of people a little bit different.
I had trouble because of people looking down upon me. There used to be commercials on TV that said, so-and-so for the physically and mentally handicapped. So a lot of people looked at me that way. As my mother said to me when I was 8 years old, you can't get out here and work in the shipyard or sell shoes. You've got to do something with your head.
And that's exactly what he did. Jerry went on to become the senior class president of Warwick High School in 1959. He was even voted most popular. After his senior year, he moved on to the College of William & Mary. 4 years later, Jerry became the first quadriplegic to graduate from the school. After that, most people knew him as Mr. Flowers. He was a teacher for 30 years, starting at Thomas Eden Middle School and then Kecoughtan High School. When he finally retired, he started writing.
But I don't consider myself a writer. It's more of a hobby now, but I get a kick out of doing it.
And without the ability to type with his hands, Jerry still found a way to do it all by himself. Putting a pencil in his mouth, Jerry crafts his vision letter by letter by tapping the keyboard in front of him with his mouth.
I got to about 30 pages at the end of the book and didn't know how it was going to end.
Shadow Trails took the better part of 5 years to finish, and Jerry finally found his ending.
I was very proud of myself.
And it's that pride that keeps his story alive. The story of Jerry Flowers, a hero in his own right. In Yorktown, I'm Philip Townsend, 13 News Now.